How is it going, guys? I hope you guys had a nice day yesterday. It looks like market went exactly to where, or at least close exactly where I mentioned it would close. That 397, 3197.75. Let's see. Wow, the close is actually 3197.75. Someone tell me those freaking Fibonacci's don't work. That's amazing. So now today, after a move like this, another almost 1% move, I would expect like a bit of an indecision day again today, and then we will see where it wants to go after that. Just crazy though. IV rank 0%. Like that's just that's what um that's what moves like this from all the way down here can create. It's completely crazy. Reminds me of 2017 when we were just melting up all year long. Maybe that's something that will. To be honest, though, I don't think we're going to see this next year with all the election stuff coming up. There's definitely going to be some volatility in the markets, and perhaps this is just like that last ditch kind of thing into the end of the year. Uh, and I still think we need to pull back at least down to the 380, 3080 level before we can really make another move higher from here, or just keep, or at least keep going, or stay up here. It's just not healthy. But for now, market's bullish. So be careful on the short side if you want to short stuff. Uh, get in, get out as quick as you can. Okay, let's go over the list from yesterday first. BA, that looks absolutely beautiful. Ran into the pre-market highs, failed hard under VWAP, that 332 level as well, where it failed. Also, I found a script on the internet that shows the expected move, the weekly expected move. So it's really nice to see how this ran into a little bit back over the expected move, but just how this can be like a nice indicator as well of like an exhaustive move if it happens too quick. So yeah, failed there, lower high, came back to test VWAP again, and then failed all the way down to the lower end of this support area that I've drawn out here with these two yellow lines. It's now under 330. Next, what I want to see is a test of 324.40. If we fail there, next target 320. So as I said, guys, this is really negative news. And look at that volume. That's just kind of similar to like there's actually higher volume than what we had with the news. I think this was the news with the software, though that feels like that's a little bit too close. I don't remember exactly, but that must have been the news. Like just high volume before earnings, most of all. So yeah, even higher volume. We've broken the trend line. We've broken underneath support. We're way like we under the Celts now. So that's maybe something that you want to keep in mind as well. We're really extended from the lower Celt now. So if you were short from I don't know where, might also be a spot to take some profits into 325 if it shows some sign of holding. Let's see what it does in pre-market. It's already it's already at the 320. Okay, there you have the answer. So if that 320 breaks, guys, we have room. So yeah, really, like, I mean, I said it yesterday. This is really bad news just from a fundamental point of view. So yeah, might be lots of volatility in this today. You might be able to scalp this out a little bit, but just be careful. Hard sell-offs always also cause like hard snapbacks, like you see in here. Hard sell-off snapped all the way back to where it came from in the next few weeks. So be careful, stay diligent, but I just gotta say, like, if you have a position on from yesterday, and you can take some profits and let some of it ride until it shows clearly that it's done with the move. So a sign that it might be done with the move is like on the 30-minute, perhaps like a hold of a level. Like, see how here it held, um, and say a hold of or actually this is nice. A hold of a level is comes into the level, tests it again, and then breaks like a previous high. That could be like a sign to get out, something like that. You don't have to bottom take stuff. If you get the meat of the move, that's good enough. You see, like, if guys, look how beautiful this is. Like, this is gapping down 7 points. Um, so you're already capturing so much of this move. So just take profits when you can, and then reload when it gives you an opportunity. Small, steady profits are going to build your account. Right, next one, Wayfair. Here you see one that did not work out, but mainly it didn't work out because there was it got downgraded. Most of all, got downgraded by like a tier one bank. So that's what this caused. What caused this? It still held quite decently, for something like that. And especially when I look at the market, I think the market sold off in the afternoon. Uh, Well, not too much. Didn't sell off too much. Just corrected a little bit after the morning move. So, with the downgrade, I don't think this is too negative. And if this can hold today, perhaps reclaim that 30, this might still be a bullish case. But on the other hand, this is not something to trade right away. Just keep it on watch. Yeah, just keep it on watch for now. But like once this goes, this can definitely keep going. Next one, MU. I just wanted to mention that this one has earnings. Uh, so like if you, I mean, I am very tempted to take just a small short in this, but that would be, like just a YOLO in me trying to make a trade here, and I don't like trading into earnings usually. Um, there is certain kinds of trades that you can make, but yeah, just be careful if you want to trade into earnings. I mean, here's like the two different kinds of two different ways of thinking that you could think about here. So one, this broke out of the trend line that we've had from all the way middle of last year. So that's bullish, really bullish. But it's also spiked up for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days, 5 green days in a row. On this breakout. So if earnings aren't crazy good, I would expect some profit taking here, because like a spike up like this is not sustainable. And if it spikes up, like then we have like resistance levels that are ahead where people might consider, like taking some profits um, after the earnings run. Honestly, if this has stellar earnings, I don't expect this to, I don't know. I hate chasing stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. So be careful with this. If the earnings are not perfect, this could be a short. Next one, Tesla. What a, oh my God, what a stock. This is insane. Give me Tesla, please. Yes. So, I mean, what can I say? It's back at highs. So after a move like this, I can't imagine this breaking out. Like this is, I think one of the reasons why this was such a blow off move is because of the news that like China manufacturing looks good. something like that. But now, like, with so many people buying into this, and we actually see in pre-market here, it's already weak. I don't expect this to break out to new highs before retesting at least, that 340 level and perhaps even more. So I'm gonna, full disclosure, I'm gonna put on a short today. I hope I get filled. I might have to adjust my order a little bit because just I think let me see what I have on here. Give me the Tesla. Oh no, I haven't put it on yet. Okay, I've just been considering it in that case. So what I would be considering in Tesla is say, okay, let me bring up that chain real quick. Here you go. So what you could do here, like we are we're under 380 already. So you might want to expect, yeah, we're already at almost 375. So what you could do is 375 is the current so this line at the open is probably is going to be either here or here, depending on whether it's over or under 375. So what you can do is, like, it's called an in and out spread or a debit spread, just a debit spread. But what you can do is like one option, if you want to go short, one option out of the money and one option in the money, and the long option out of the money, short option in the money. And as I've described in like the educational videos before, the long option, or the option that's more expensive, determines the direction. So this is a bearish trade. You want to collect. You want to pay. See, like, now I'm going to get the questions again about risk reward, but I think I would absolutely do this for $2 and make for the opportunity to make three. If you wanna get fancy with it, expect it to, and perhaps look for a move down to 365, which is also absolutely in the cards. You could do this. That would give you a bit of a better, just slightly less than a 2-to-1. If you want to go even crazier, like now you definitely have a 2-to-1. So this is kind of the way I assess where I put on a trade. Honestly, I'm not sure if I would do this one. Actually, you know what? 30 days out with a crazy low IV rank, you definitely want to buy. You want to buy the premium. This might not be too bad. Like, you have a 2-to-1, 40% probability of happening. After a move like this could definitely come back all the way down to 360, which is only here, which was, still would just bring you back down to this most recent resistance that it broke out. So actually, I think this might not even be too bad of a trade like this. So that's what you could do if you wanted to short Tesla here. I'm definitely gonna. I think I might put this one on, just a few lots. All right, next one, McDonald's. This one is now over the upper Celt. Definitely looking like a bit of a reversal here. Just look at what the market does. Market is bullish, but it also shows a little bit of weakness in pre-market today. But if this can break out and hold over the 198, this is definitely going to be interesting for the move into 200. Next one, Roku. Looked like it's turning around, and then we're getting news about the CFO stepping down. Market's not taking this very well. So honestly, I'm not sure whether this could just cause a exhaustion blow off, kind of sell off, kind of like a exhaustion sell off. I don't know what do you want to call that. Just seller exhaustion for this to go back up. Long term, I'm definitely bullish on Roku, just fundamentally, but what I just see right now is that we have actually we are now gapping below this trend line. We're gapping below the support area here, 133 kind of area. So let's see what this wants to do. Definitely like has a catalyst. So if the market stays weak, this could perhaps make another move down to 120 or something like that. But on the other hand, it's like been really strong in general, even though like recently there's quite a bit of volatility in this. So just in this one as well, don't expect this thing again, right? Like that is an anomaly. That's just like some big fund buying into this over several days. Uh, that's what I would expect, or what I would say, like some smart money buying into this. This is actually, when I look at this now, it's already coming back a little bit. So perhaps this might just have been like the sell off that we needed for this to turn around now. Twitter, really nice bottoming pattern, like almost that perfect cup and handle that everyone loves to look at. So broke now, and now broke this trend line. I have been bullish in Twitter since we were down here. I don't expect this to break these lows anytime soon. So if this can hold higher today, if the market stays on a bullish kind of bias, the next thing we would want to see is the break of this high, which is at 31.36, which it almost broke here. It tried. So yeah, might actually be interesting. On the other hand, like it failed at that expected move kind of boundary. So I'm still trying this thing out, this expected move kind of indicator, but it's already reached like the upper boundary of the expected move today. So either this is just going to keep going, or it might kind of retrace a little bit. Next one, MA. This one, to me, this looks just a little bit like a bit of a blow off. Off the open spike, and after that it's just basically all like it's been very weak. Tried VWAP and failed twice after that. So after a move like this, it's at the top of this ascending triangle. It failed at that line pretty nicely. So perhaps a move back into 294 in the cards in the next few days. It's actually heading a little bit lower. That's after hours. Okay. MA never does a lot of volume in pre-market, so you just have to see what this wants to do in the next few, or once the market opens. Next one, Shopify. This one is another one that I want to short at some point. If you look at where this came from without barely any pullbacks, so it's moving away from the upper Celt now. The expected move is right at the 400 mark, which is also a bit of resistance here from that previous top, which would also be really close to the previous high, to all-time highs. So if this manages to spike into 400 today, I think that might be a good spot to start a short with either, I know you guys love naked puts, so why don't you just buy your little hearts out with naked puts? I personally would perhaps put on a debit spread, so you have to use less capital, and you have like I don't know. I think it's for a beginning trader, it might be a better option. Let's just look at it real quick. Because if it starts consolidating up here, that's when you're in trouble, when you have only a naked option. First of all, it's freaking expensive, right? Who wants to pay? What's that? What's the mid? The mid is $12. Who wants to pay $1,200 for an option like this? And even if you don't want to go down to the 380 where it could retrace to, or if you want to take even more risk, 360, still expensive options. And the 360, just a long put, has a probability of profit of 15%. So that's just not something I would do. Like what I would be doing if I wanted to bet, like something like this, you could do like something like that. 2 to 1. There you go. Much better probability of profit, and max profit is still $340. So again, small trades, build your account small, step by step with higher probability trades. Yeah, like just something to think about for you guys. And just, if this doesn't move right away, this is going to have your asses covered a little bit better. Next one, Amazon. I like it. This one is now has reclaimed the middle Celt. It's just knocking at the bottom of this 1770 level. That is a decent resistance here. If we get over that, I think we could see a move into like the 1790 kind of area in the next few days, which is also coinciding with the expected move. So yeah, that's definitely something to look at. Spotify, mentioned that one yesterday, broke out perfectly. What a chart! Seriously, like just buying all day long on like comparably decent volume. So that's what we want to see for a breakout. Now, hopefully, this manages to hold. I think, honestly, seeing how stocks run these days when they break out, I'm not sure if I want to see a pullback all the way back to the upper Celt just here. I think I would rather see this gap up over that expected move over the previous high and run into the previous highs here in the 154 kind of area. Instead of pulling back. So if you see this hold, this might be a nice day trade tomorrow. I mean today, and then from there you can reassess again. But definitely a really nice breakout here. I'm sorry. JPM has knocked at the top of this trend line 3 days in a row now and failed. And financials, they're all overbought. So and pretty hard overbought. So I would expect here to see a bit of weakness if the market stays weak as well, even though the market is now almost flat again after selling off a little bit in the last half hour. So I don't know. If this breaks here, if this breaks the previous high, of course, bullish as hell. But I don't know. I hate chasing stocks. I hate chasing longs without like a proper pullback. So I'm not going to touch this. I would rather see this retrace back into the bottom of this trend line, previous support here at this 135, 134.50 level before we see another high. BIIB, biotech. This looks exactly like another one of those kind of breakouts. It's just tiny bit messy with these two tests, but in general, after the positive earnings and profit taking, it's held that 275, 276 level really nicely. 3 nice tests and really strong recoveries. Now it's holding higher, like higher low here, higher low here. So if this breaks out today, this might have might start its next move, especially also because that 306 is a decent level from earlier in the year where we bought, like its support turned into resistance. So if we break over that previous highs and then 330 level in the medium term. Target. I saw you guys were mentioning this one in chat. I don't know who started it, but I don't know. I wasn't like I was looking at this one as well when I was making my list, and the one thing that bothered me, since I'm becoming a real fan of Fibonacci's now, is that we are right underneath this level, like the second extension level. and we kind of failed underneath the upper Celt again. So I'm actually not too surprised that this failed with this breakout today. So I would want to see a pullback into the 124, 125 kind of area and see what it does there. If it manages to hold here, then it might curl back up and then break out. If it doesn't manage to hold, then 122 and 121 as next targets for this one. In general, I mean, I'm bullish on Target. I think I love the company. I think fundamentally, from like the uninformed research that I've done, this is quite a sound company. So I would hope that this holds here so we can long it and go back to previous highs. Second to last, IYR. I've mentioned this one yesterday. I did not expect this to open this low. It didn't look, I mean, it barely had any volume in pre-market. So, I mean, I think I was probably already in bed by this point. So I'm still long. This is not bothering me too much because I managed, when I longed this on Friday, I longed it somewhere in here after this sell-off. I think on this higher low perhaps or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I remember that I saw it touch the 200, and that's when I went long. So I am still in pretty good shape on this one. So definitely, I think this has a good opportunity to head higher here. Of course, like as everything, the market, it depends a bit on the market, but this looks quite bullish to me. Also, like bit elevated volume. Again, the 200 support, 200 SMA support, that it's back over 90 as well. So it held the 90 level, psychological level. It held the lower expected move. All these things are fairly bullish. And of course, the market is crazy bullish. So see what it does. But I think a longer term long would not be too bad. I personally have like let me check. I think I'm a little bit too short term on this one. I am in this week's expiration. As I've mentioned yesterday, I was not expecting this gap down, but I'm still quite positive that this is. See, that's the power of selling premium. It's that even with like it closed lower than on Friday, but just by selling premium, I have way better probabilities for this to hold. Even if it gets if it just stays here, if it just lingers around here around this 90 between 1997 like 1991, I'm still golden, and this is going to profit me at the end of the week. So yeah, last one, AHD. I think Nikki brought this one up in chat as well. I really like this one for a long. So yesterday, before the close, I put on a long for this one. What I call it is a synthetic. It's like a combination between a long call spread and a short put spread, because IV rank is a little bit too low to just sell premium. But I didn't just want to buy it either. So that's that. I think we have now reclaimed the lower Celt. We failed on the 14, but we've reclaimed the lower Celt. So that's definitely a good sign. So depending on what we also, the 200 SMA again, it held it 3 times in a row, reclaims lower Celt. I think that's a pretty bullish sign. So what you want to see here is probably a move higher over this 217.88, and then we will see from there. But I think this has pretty good prospects, and I think there's also like some news on retail or something like that, or manufacturing, that had an influence that might be bullish for this sector. All right, guys. Again, a long list. Again, a long video. I apologize. I'm going to try to keep them shorter again from tomorrow on. I know this is probably a bit too long again, but in any way, please like the video. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Good luck today trading. I'm in my last week, so I am not going to be around for the open. I might be around for the close, but not too active in chat because I'll be half sleepy and just quickly managing positions. But if you have any questions, message me. I'll definitely answer as soon as I've had my coffee, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. All right. Good luck, guys. Stay safe and stay diligent, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.